Hey folks, AJ the CEO here, and in this video I want to share with you 4 ways to get more media ministry volunteers involved in your media ministry. So let's go. Hey folks, AJ the CEO here. If this is your first time stopping by the channel, thanks for stopping by. And on this channel, we focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. So if you're new here, consider subscribing. And if y'all like what we're doing here, consider becoming a patron or a YouTube member by clicking one of the links down below. So, you know, it's no secret that a lot of us have had to get catapulted into this whole media ministry thing because of COVID. And you're probably at the point now where you want to get more people involved, and just in general, I mean, you would want to have more people involved with your media ministry because people get tired out. Yeah, I love media ministry, but at the same time, hey, I kind of want to take a break now and then. And the more people that you have, that would allow you to do that. And I want to share with you 4 things that you might not have considered as ways to actually get more people involved in your media ministry, besides beating them upside the head and say, why don't you come up to the media ministry? You're not doing nothing anyway, sitting in here. But, you know, we want to do it a different way. So let's go with number 1. I know it sounds silly, but build interest to attract volunteers. What do I mean by this? Now, I'm just going to use me for an example. When I became the president of the media ministry, I did not follow the same stuff that has been done for years. This is the way I told my media ministry when they were like, let's make a video, let's make an announcement, let's ask for people to join. And I said, no, I don't want to do it that way because y'all have been doing that for years. And in the 10 years that y'all have did that approach, the only person you got was me. And that was just because I was interested in this stuff anyway. I don't believe in asking general questions because you get a general answer. What I like to do is build interest, as in we took and made the media ministry and expressed it in a way so people knew exactly what we were doing. We weren't just the people in the booth pressing buttons and making sure the sound is working and all this other stuff and turning the projectors on and things like that. We did other stuff. We started with doing video announcements. We started with doing more eye-catching type of media that's being produced that rival stuff that you see on television that was at the church. We did stuff like that to garner interest, especially with me. What I used to do is I would document everything I did on YouTube, and the youth in our ministry started seeing me pop up on YouTube. So to them, it's like all these kids now want to be on YouTube, and then to see somebody in your local church that's like, wait a minute, he's doing that same thing, but all he's talking about is me. Hey, I want to do that. And, you know, it doesn't necessarily have to be like how I just did it, but you have to do something to show them what you're doing. You know, just don't ask them to come and see what you're doing. Bring to them what you're doing. Show it, put it on the forefront so everybody can see it, whether it's announcements, whether it's video, whether it's doing something a step above the traditional, I'm going to post a familiar scripture that's on 20 different churches on our Facebook page or something like that. Do something different to show interest in things that they're doing. I mean, if you got somebody who is licensed to be a drone pilot, include a lot of drone footage in your shots, and maybe do a behind the scenes, do a different behind the scenes of what's going on with your ministry. Do an invite or something. I mean, I don't know. I can come up with a whole bunch of different ideas that I've done. But like I said, it's like you have to show some form of interest and present that to them. So instead of expecting them to come to you, bring the interest to them and show them what your media ministry is doing. And maybe it will spark an interest that you might not even know that they already have. Number 2, I know this sounds controversial. Why don't you consider having your media ministry be some form of part-time job? hey, I'm just being in all honesty. It's like, I'm not talking about paying people to be at church, but realize that the skills that come into media ministry are a very, very wide and diverse skill set that it is a lot to ask volunteers to do. You got people from being amateur audio engineers, social media managers, graphic designers, cinematographers, videographers, computer scientists, webmasters. You got a lot of stuff to do. And, that is a very heavy skill set unless you have somebody who's doing that professionally during the week, or kind of like me, I was a nerd and I thought that stuff was fun. That's going to be kind of rare for you to get. And honestly, as a musician, I don't want to go down this path because it's been a lot of ministries have had the serious discussion of whether you should pay musicians. I don't want to get into the scripture where they talk about your tithes and offerings go to help maintain the church, the building, the church, and then whatever is left over is for the pay of the people who help run and maintain. I don't want to get into that, but wink, wink. I hope you get an idea what I'm talking about. But in reality, you want to get back to realistic type of stuff. Those are skills that are highly in demand in the marketplace, and to expect to get all of that at your local ministry for nothing, you wouldn't be watching this video if you were able to get that. So, I'm not talking about knocking down $500 or something like that, but I mean, even if a typical service is like 2 hours, $50, $25 an hour, for that type of skill set. I mean, some people might consider that an insult, but hey, you never know. Considering it a part-time job, McDonald's or wherever like that, whoever ain't getting $25 an hour for stuff like that. So again, just throwing it out there. You want to get some volunteers? Make it a part-time job. Number 3 is, how about you set up a paid work study with your local high schools, or something like that, to where I guess it could be the same thing, a work study, to where you're able to get the right paperwork or whatever regulation guidelines set up, to where you're able to get the students are able to get some type of work study that they can put their time in whatever the field, if they're in mass communications, videography, cinematography, whatever it is, from a class credit or a technology school or something like that, to where they can use that skill set here and it will carry over into some type of credit towards their high school, their college, their community college, or something like that. Now, you have the benefit of that can be a paid work study or a free one, because the free one, they just get credit because they have to build out their portfolio, their resume, or do some type of work available with this for their degree or their class of study. So that can be an option there. And now, number 4, an enhancement of what we just talked about in number 3. How about you make the media ministry, one of the media ministry roles or multiple roles, an actual internship? Get registered with the school to where the school is sending these type of candidates to you that need this for their degree or their type of work or whatever that they're doing, to where now you don't have to actively search out for them. You just have to interview them. But the school now has you on a list of, hey, these are places where people can cut their teeth and, build out their portfolio and stuff like that. I think give you 4 different options that you might not have tried. Hopefully that helps. And again, that's just 4 that I came up with off the top of my head, and that we've tried, and we've got a little bit of success with that, but we're still trying to, mix up and try some other things. So hopefully that helps. Now, if you have any other suggestions on what you have done to help get some more media ministry volunteers, I'd love to hear them, because I am always the student and I can always learn something new. Leave them down below. Let us know. Let the community know what you've done to get something else besides hitting people upside the head and telling them, just join the media ministry. You ain't doing anything. So we'd love to get them, and maybe that will help somebody else. So please check out the comments, and like I said, leave a comment if you've actually did anything different from the ones that we've done. So if you like this type of content, I appreciate a like, consider subscribing, and hit that bell. That way you get notified when we come out with other videos to help modernize your media ministry. I want to thank the patrons and the YouTube members for making this video possible. Their names are on the screen right now, and you too can become a patron for as little as $1 a month, or you can become a YouTube member by clicking the join button down below. No matter which way you pick, folks, you are helping us train media ministries all over the world. Thanks for watching, folks. This is AJ, and we'll see you on the next video. Later.